Indonesians have begun voting in one of the world's largest elections after a bitter campaign in which religion has played a prominent role, while Barca climbs to Champions League semi-finals, racing Man U. Good morning, I'm Amit Pakurel, and let's begin with the main stories this hour. Cases range from corruption to lack of qualification at the hearing committee against Chief Election Commissioner, nominee and justices nominated for Supreme Court. Outcome of 97 organizations with government's 150 billion rupees investment remains virtually nil, attributed to weak management and governance. Indonesians begin voting in one of the world's largest elections after a bitter campaign in which religion has played a prominent role. And Barcelona makes it to the Champions League semi-finals, passing Manchester United 4-0 in aggregate. Ajax defeats Juventus in another match. Various complaints have been filed at the Parliamentary Hearing Committee against Chief Election Commissioner, nominee along with 5 justices nominated at the Supreme Court. The allegations range between lack of capability to bribery charges. The officiating judge at the High Court, Prakash Tunggana, who has been nominated justice at the Supreme Court, faces allegations of corruption. Tunggana has been charged of receiving bribe amounting to 6 million rupees in one of the complaints filed against him. Likewise, Nepal Bar Association's former president, Sambu Thapa, has himself filed a complaint against legal practitioner Manoj Sharma, who has been nominated as Supreme Court Chief Justice. Thapa has alleged Sharma of having fake educational certificates, among others. Thapa has also flayed the entire recommendation process, which he said was faulty. Likewise, Hari Fayal has been alleged of unnecessarily prolonging the case, acting on prejudice. At the same time, another justice nominee, Kumar Regmi, has been charged of being a political cadre. Likewise, 6 complaints have been filed against Chief Election Commissioner nominee Dinesh Thapalia. Thapalia has been accused of breaching the code of conduct during the recent staff adjustment and of financial irregularities while serving as Secretary of Ministry for Federal Affairs and Local Development. The committee has decided to discuss the charges today and proceed with the hearing on Thursday. The government has made the investment of 227 billion rupees of shares in 108 different organizations across the country. Likewise, the government has made the local investment or loan investment of another 210 billion rupees for 64 other corporations. The total investment of the government in this regard amounts to 437 billion rupees. However, the government did not get any return last year from the share investment of 152 billion rupees in 97 organizations. Although making investment in public institutions, committees and boards among 108 organizations, the government could garner profit only from Nepal Telecom, Civil Aviation Corporation and Nepal Rashtra Bank among a dozen organizations in the last fiscal year. Likewise, more than 210 billion rupees of loan investment have been made in 64 organizations. But let alone any profit, the government has not even been able to garner any interest from the investment. What appears more ironical is that the government has made additional loan investment of 200 million rupees for even the organizations that have been already shut down, citing staff salaries and allowances. The government failing to reap any outcome from the organizations with its share and loan investments has raised questions over the significance of such organizations. This has also unveiled managerial incapability and weak governance on the part of the government organizations. The government officials and people's representatives taking foreign trips on various projects had put a burden on the state coffers. The trend of joint secretary level officers going on scholarship programs actually meant for section officers is on the rise. There are 90 government employees studying in China on scholarships, while there are 80 in South Korea, 20 in Japan and 12 in Australia currently. The employees studying on scholarships are from section officers to joint secretaries. An interesting fact is that Joint Secretary at the Home Ministry, Indu Khimire, just returned to Nepal after completing a 2-year scholarship course. which was actually provided to a section officer level employee by the Australian government as Australian award. The government employees have also gone on foreign trips on the pretext of taking part in trainings and seminars. Although the government has introduced a work procedure to curb unnecessary foreign trips, its implementation aspect is still a far cry. In the past 9 months, over 300 employees from the Ministry of Federal Affairs and Local Development alone have gone on foreign trips. Likewise, 120 employees from the Finance Ministry have also taken foreign tours. The Foreign Ministry, Forest Ministry, Agriculture Ministry, Ministry of Industries and the Defence Ministry are among the ministries which send a large number of their employees on foreign trips. Gender-based discrimination still prevails in many tiers of our society even today. In this context, we had asked the women in Kazuri Rural Municipality of Tading what should be done to eliminate gender-based discrimination. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
महिलालाई मात्र नभइकन पुरुषलाई पनि जनचेतनामूलक कार्यक्रमहरू तालिमहरू यस्ता चाहिँ प्रक्रियाबाट जाँदा नै लैङ्गिक हिंसा चाहिँ न्यूनीकरण हुन सक्छ जस्तो लाग्छ।
लिङ्गका आधारमा हेर्ने दृष्टिकोणलाई परिवर्तन गर्नुपर्यो एउटा कुरा। त्यसमा चाहिँ महिला हिंसा अलि बढी छ, महिलाहरूलाई चाहिँ अलि त्यो गरिन्छ भन्ने छ। त्यसमा चाहिँ महिलाहरूलाई अलि सक्षम बनाउनु पर्यो।
महिला र पुरुष दुवैलाई उपस्थित गराएर अनि यो लैङ्गिक हिंसा सम्बन्धी चाहिँ जनचेतना सम्बन्धी कार्यक्रमहरू गर्यो भने एक त त्योले पनि अलिकति न्यूनीकरण हुन सक्छ।
आफूलाई हिंसा भएको कुरा महसुस गर्न सक्नु पर्यो र त्यो महसुस भएको कुरा चाहिँ सम्बन्धित ठाउँमा गएर चाहिँ कम्प्लेन गर्न सक्ने चाहिँ सक्षम महिलाहरू भयो भने चाहिँ सायद हिंसा चाहिँ न्यूनीकरण हुन्छ।
महिलाहरूलाई मात्रै तिम्रो अधिकारी हो भनेर पढाएर पनि काम छैन हैन। अब यो न्यूनीकरण साच्चै गर्ने नै हो भने चाहिँ महिला पुरुषलाई सँगै राखेर अब एउटै रथको दुई पाङ्ग्रा भन्छौँ हामी हैन। दुईटैलाई सम्झाइ बुझाइ गरेर दुईटैलाई अधिकार थाहा दिएर गर्यो भने चाहिँ यो कम गर्न सकिन्छ।
It's now time for a segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why have institutions with government investment failed to produce result? And options are A, incapable management, B, extreme politicization, and C, service-oriented practice. The voting is on. Type NWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now the sports update.
Sports news.
Manchester United's Champions League run ended in the quarter-final as Lionel Messi inspired Barcelona to a crushing victory in the second leg at the Nou Camp. United, trailing 1-0 from the first leg, started brightly but were then undone by brilliance from Messi and a glaring mistake from goalkeeper David De Gea. Messi put the host ahead with a fine curling effort in the 16th minute, and 4 minutes later De Gea led a weaker shot for the Argentine second. Philippe Coutinho added a third for Barca in the 61st minute, netting into the top corner from the distance. United hit the bar inside the first 40 seconds through Marcus Rashford, but were dominated after going behind. Barca now meet either Liverpool or Porto in the semi-final, with the Reds taking a 2-0 lead into Wednesday's second leg. And now it's time for our special segment, Laugh Out Loud. Wrong regions. President Donald Trump very recently referred the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, as Team Apple. In the meeting, he appreciated Team Apple for the huge investment in the country. Likewise, Trump yesterday stated that he could fix the Boeing 737 MAX after 2 fatal crashes of the aircraft. With all the negative hype surrounding the malfunctioning of Boeing 737 MAX, Trump should be complimented indeed for his audacity. The other content we have for Laugh Out Loud segment is the fall, yes, in its literal meaning, of Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe. The 90-year-old fell after addressing supporters upon his return from the African Union meeting in Ethiopia. The tripping of the 90-year-old president wasn't funny until he tried deleting photographs from local newspapers. 25 seconds, and finally, we have a humorous animated presentation which highlights the power of unity. Before we wrap up, a reminder of the top stories. Cases ranging from corruption to lack of qualification at the hearing committee against Chief Election Commissioner nominee and justices nominated for the Supreme Court. Outcome of 97 organizations with government's 150 billion rupees investment remains virtually nil, attributed to weak management and governance. Indonesians begin voting in one of the world's largest elections after a beta campaign in which religion has played a prominent role. And Barcelona makes it to the Champions League semi-final, thrashing Manchester United 4-0 in aggregate. Ajax defeats Juventus in another match. And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a good day.